Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Erik and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Bioshock Hub. Before we actually hop into the video and specifically the topics that I'm going to be addressing in this video, I want you guys to leave a comment down below or comments in great detail about this, because this is something that I'm taking extremely seriously. And I do even have bullet points down for the points that I actually want to discuss in this video. But as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be discussing my fears going into the next Bioshock. For you personally watching this video, what are your biggest fears or concerns for the next game? Please, by the end of the video, let me know down in the comment section below. I would very much appreciate that. So recently we got some news about Bioshock, or the next Bioshock, taking place in a potential new setting. I made a video on that if you want to check it out. There will be a card at the top right hand corner of the screen, or you can wait till the end of the video and it'll pop up on the screen. I would highly recommend checking that out if you're interested. But we learned that there might be a new setting, as there's a lot of different job listings that suggest so. So here is my first worry. Of course, I'm excited that we are getting a potential new setting, and it's something different than Rapture and Columbia, something that we're kind of not accustomed to yet. So is it going to be potentially good or even better than Rapture and Columbia, that being the new setting? Obviously, the fan favorite for the Bioshock series is Rapture, and a lot of people want to see it return there. But obviously, with that job listing that I was telling you about, it doesn't seem like Rapture or Columbia will be in the picture with this next game. Personally, I'm nervous that the setting itself might not fit the feel of a Bioshock game. However, at the same time, we originally thought the same about Columbia. And to me personally, I do feel like it felt as a Bioshock. It took a lot of playtime, but it definitely felt like a Bioshock, and then the more I played it, it felt more and more like a Bioshock game to me. Obviously, it's my own subjective opinion. You might not think Infinite felt like a Bioshock, and that's completely okay. We're respectful here. We can respect each other's opinions, and I'll respect yours. Other than that, obviously not the Rapture type of Bioshock 1 and 2, that being Columbia, but it still felt like a Bioshock to me nonetheless. So, what do you guys think? Do you think the new setting can top Rapture or Columbia? More specifically Rapture, because that is the benchmark here. Rapture and its beauty will be very hard to match, and that's kind of what terrifies me in the first place. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the live service leak that Jason Schreier actually originally reported on. And it's saying that the next Bioshock could potentially be a live service game. For those of you unfamiliar, take Fallout 76 for example. It's a game where they want to extend the life cycle by essentially being able to constantly release monetized content. So for example, if you look at things like Destiny 2 as well, it's free to play at the moment, but you have to pay for certain DLCs and certain expansions, thus keeping the life cycle of the game moving forward. So here's where my fear comes in. Obviously, I'm okay with paying for DLCs, especially if the stories, the characters, and the experience itself is good, and especially if it's not too much of a monetary investment. However, I'm not too keen on the fact of potential microtransactions. As most of you know, 2K loves their microtransactions, especially if you look into things like 2K21 or 2K20, for basketball or just any of their sports games in general. There's a ton of microtransactions there. So I don't want to see this game being plagued by that. And especially with a live service game, and especially the launch of a game like Fallout 76, even though I personally know Bethesda has been working to improve that game, I don't want this to kind of tarnish what Bioshock is. I'm okay with it being a live service game. Don't get me wrong. I am totally okay with the Bioshock that I can play for years and years with new content. I don't have that issue. My issue would be the pointless microtransactions that cost a lot of money for, let's say, a cosmetic or a weapon or a character or a map. You get the point. So the third one is one that could potentially affect me the most. Same thing with the fourth and final one. But let me know what you guys think by the end. The third one will be this. Will the fourth installment of the Bioshock series potentially tarnish the previous 3 games? This is potentially my biggest and greatest fear going into this new game. In my own personal opinion, Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite all have their own unique charms to them, which is personally why I love all 3. For me, just because the name Bioshock is on the new installment does not mean I'll automatically be attached and like it, especially if the game, story, or setting isn't a good fit for the series. And that terrifies me. This is something we've been waiting for as a community for the longest of times, and I don't want that to ruin the other 3 games. I want to give the benefit of the doubt to Cloud Chamber, as well as the other members of 2K that are working on this game, but at the same time, I'm a little hesitant because they don't have, obviously, a previous game to really sit down and look at. Sure, you can break down each individual worker and see which games that they've worked on, which games were flops, which games were successful, but at the same time, with this being a brand new established studio, I don't know. Again, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I don't want them to make a game that's going to ruin the other 3 or potentially tarnish the legacy of the Bioshock trilogy. Now, the fourth and final one is something that ruined a game for me that I was looking forward to for a very long time. You can probably understand where I'm going with this, or even guess for that matter, if you know me and have seen or even heard me speak about this on live streams, but this is going to be the final one, and I'm going to be using The Last of Us Part 2 for example. Obviously, this was and still is a very decisive game. People either seem to absolutely love it or absolutely hate it, but there is a point to this. My last fear, or worry for the matter, is that the story or script could potentially be leaked, thus ruining the game and the overall experience and hype before the game comes out. For me, for instance, I was looking forward to The Last of Us Part 2 since completing the original back in 2013. However, some poor choices with the game and an unexpected leak ruined that. I hope and I pray to God that this isn't the same case with this brand new Bioshock, because for me, I honestly think I would actually be heartbroken if this were to happen. This is a game, I know I said I've been waiting for this since Infinite. Realistically, I've just been wanting a new Bioshock for the longest time. And 7 years, it doesn't seem like it's an adequate amount of time for me to have been waiting for a new game. It feels like it's been longer than that. So I don't want the script to be leaked. I don't want any frustrated employees or anything like that leaking information, especially ones that could damage the potential launch of the game. I don't want any dumb character choices or dumb story choices that just don't make sense. There's a lot to it. And there's a lot to unpack and uncrumble from that one instance, that being the Last of Us 2 debacle. So hopefully we don't get a repeat of history with this next Bioshock. So ladies and gentlemen, if you made it all the way to the end of the video and are listening to this now, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And as I mentioned at the beginning, please let me know your thoughts, your opinions, and your fears or worries down in the comment section below. If you're new here and enjoyed the video and want to help the channel grow, would you kindly drop a like, subscribe, and turn on all post notifications? That way we can get videos into recommended, grow the Rapture family, and you guys will never miss a video or a live stream, hopefully, when I go live or post. If you want to talk to me outside of YouTube, my social medias are the best ways to do so. Things like my Twitter and my Instagram will be linked in the description below for you guys to go check out. And I'm also uploading content to my second channel if you're interested in additional content that's not Bioshock related. It'll be down in the description for you as well. Anyways, Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. I believe you guys are really going to enjoy it. And with that being said, take care, stay safe, and I will talk to you all in the next one.